The ad-libs and the harmonizing. The self-sabotage is real. I'm kind of done now. So I've seen Renee Rapp all over my Instagram. I am very late because I have not listened to her debut album. I know, painful. Just know of her and her voice. Her voice is absolutely stunning. I was so happy to get into this album. The first track, Talk Too Much, really gave me alts with a little pop rock vibe, especially with that guitar and that rough bass line. I was hooked. I will admit that sound was kind of something that I wasn't exactly expecting, but I was so happy. And the way she sung was so fucking snappy and just incredibly sassed up. Her vocals were absolutely amazing on this song because she's got such a jazziness to her voice, and I was like, oh girl, more of this please. Yes. And I felt like that heavy ass guitar really fell into the calmness of that beat, and they just meshed so incredibly well. The spoken word confession embarrassment, I can relate to that. But Talk Too Much was such a kick-ass album starter. I was really into it. I Hate Boston was also really, really, really stunning. When the song started, I was literally like, girl, what the fuck? But then I got into it and I was like, yo, we got a I hate you now and you're from this city, so I hate this entire city type of song, and I was really into it. Yes, as we should, and as you should hate this entire city because fuck that person. But the way she sung I Hate Boston really caught me, because I'm not gonna lie, some ballads can take a minute for me to get into, but once I was in. The door flung open and I walked right through. It was just the way she was singing. I'm glad we got a ballad right after that opener, just to set the vibes and let you know what's about to happen on this album and the journey that you're about to go on. And I'm obsessed with the drums in this song. She's got such a oomph and a sassiness to her voice, and that's the beautiful thing about songs like this on the album. This fully fed me, especially with the way the song built up and grew. Man. Poison. The writing on this song kicked ass. Not you could poison. If somebody's talking shit to you and they say something like that to you, you're done. You're just done. I'm a full-blown guitar sucker, and I loved the acoustic guitar on this one. And it was really pleasant sounding, which I love given the fact that the person she's singing about sounds like a total piece of shit. But even though she's describing this person in this way, we're still having a good time because the song is just that good. That bridge is my favorite part of the song. It's very much ass shaky. I'm very into how quiet it gets. And it calms down a little bit, but it still hits really hard. Especially with that freaking amazing electric guitar over those la-la-las that she's singing. And now you make it hard to support women. Ouch. I cannot. But the ending, my fucking jaw dropped. The lyrics, what was going on in the end took me all the way out because, people were wondering why she was going off on the Mean Girls press tour about certain things. We have songs like this. This makes a lot of sense. And her just happily going off, cussing this person out was fucking everything, to be quite honest with you. Gemini moon. Now, Renee was out here admitting to the fact that she was doing this person dirty, but the moon was in Gemini. But she said, instead of doing you wrong, I should have just been a better partner. Come through self-awareness. When I say the bass was working the fuck out of this song, it sounds absolutely amazing. In the car? Are you kidding? And it's just beautiful, especially with the way that the first verse really sets the tone for the song as a whole. Emotionally, it was just, I don't have any words. It was stunning. Even with how powerful the chorus is, the verses aren't overshadowed at all because her voice. I also really like songs like this where the artists themselves are kind of like, yeah, we can be pretty shitty people too. Snow Angel is absolutely one of my favorites off the album. This is kind of that give Renee the room type of song. And I was not expecting this to kind of be a power ballad, but the song fully delivered and it's absolutely beautiful. And this track is just one reason why I can fully understand why Renee hasn't fully delved into just going straight R&B. That quiet moment, that quietness that you get before it just hits. I just chills all over. It was, oh God, no words. Fantastic. just fucking amazing. But this is a song that puts her at her most vulnerable, and it is gracefully done. And it's one of the best on the album for me. So What Now is also one of my favorites. First of all, the transition from Snow Angel. Can we take a second to acknowledge it? And I love how this was kind of sort of a If I See You in the Streets type of song, but then it was kind of like, oh shit, what do I do? I'm scared. But overall, obsessed with the vibe of the song. That low-key R&B soulful beat just really hit for me. And I love the soundbite that takes us into the second verse of the song. And the record scratching. I loved it. All the feelings in this song were a highlight for me because she captures these emotions so well, especially how convoluted breakups can be. You're pretending this breakup didn't hurt you as much, but I know it is. But at the same time, fuck you, because I'm going to pretend that I feel the same exact way and I'm unscathed, which sometimes is not the case. Her constant back and forth on how to emotionally handle the situation was so well thought out. She's so playful on the outro with the melody, and I love it. The Wedding Song, another one of my favorites off the album. This song literally punches you in the fucking gut. It's a defining song for what could have been. I love the deeper vocals and the build up itself, along with those muffled instruments in the verses. But the lyrics, oh my god, the lyrics. Just letting you know you're definitely not getting your happy ending, but holy shit. Like, her partner left her and ruined the song. And what could have been out of the song that we were going to get if the partner wasn't terrible. It's not getting the happy ending she was supposed to have, and it's painful. But the bridge is one of the best on the album. It feels so full and fulfilling, and I went absolutely like insane listening to it. Because one of the highlights is just the fact that she's like, this could have been one of those classic love songs, obviously, that gets played at weddings and whatnot, but it's not, because you fucked it up. Thanks for that. And her voice is absolutely stunning. Again, if I haven't said it enough, her high notes feel so heavy with emotion. They just command all of your attention and dig into your soul, and I love it. Pretty Girls and Other Stars beside this one. This song is kind of perfect. I love how she goes into deep detail about her experiences being bisexual and how it's both a blessing and a curse. But even with the frustration of it all, it seems like she's having a little bit of fun when she can. Because, like, the storytelling is so fucking on point. The first two lines of the song, okay? And then the play on words throughout the song. It's everything, especially the straitjacket line. The chorus is probably one of my favorites on the album. And it's a standout because it's kind of on the synth poppy side, which is very different from the pop rock and ballads on the album. So I'm glad she included that song, because not only is it a situation that she can attest to, but it's also slightly different and shows a lot of versatility from her. Tummy Hurts. I know there's a Coco Jones feature that I listened to later in the album, but I got kind of a SZA vibe from this. Like, I also would have really liked to see SZA on this song. I was very into the instrumental because it's very low-key, but it really does highlight the fact that her voice is absolutely everything. And that vocal control. The guy she's referring to in this song is absolute fucking trash, but again, that's just how vivid and amazing her storytelling is. She's so ruthless, and I love it in this song. She goes in. Eventually, 2043, someone's gonna hurt their little girl like their daddy hurt me. Come on now. This, along with So What Now, kind of gives us a taste of that R&B side to Renee. I haven't listened to her first EP, but I'm very curious to see what would happen if she further dug into this type of sound. I understand why she doesn't, but I would also like to see it from her. Songs like Snow Angel and The Wedding Song just kind of do a great fucking job at arguing against a total R&B EP from her, if we haven't gotten one already. Ooh, I wish. Just going into detail about how we eventually lose that childhood innocence that we had, and that's replaced with the realization of what's actually going on and what's happening around us, and just feeling those emotions, because we kind of don't have like a choice to turn them off naturally. But one of the emotions that's really highlighted here is grief and having that anxiety before something happens, which is very weird. And it's crazy to think about because it's just like, why are you feeling this way when nothing's happened? But it's just from experience, I know with anxiety, there is often no logic to how we feel because of anxiety. But it is also a great reminder to do our best to be present in the moment and remain as grounded as we can. The song made me want to watch a shit ton of puppy videos after I listened to it. I was like, I'm kind of done now. But I did move on to Willow, which is also one of my favorite songs from the album. We all need a good hang in there bonding song every once in a while, and this was perfectly placed on the album. It's the fact that this can be interpreted as Renee trying to console a friend or us and being like, please don't cry, everything's gonna be fine. Or it could also be looked at as her reassuring her younger self. And I'm obsessed. I was in love with the breaking up of the instrumental and the pre-choruses. The song feels very delicate, but it also felt like you were getting one of the most supportive hugs in the world that you could have asked for. And the stacking and the harmonizing on the chorus. I could scream. It was so atmospheric feeling. I fell in love with what the song grew into from the chorus. The feeling that the song gave me was enough to have me on my ass, like I might cry. I don't know. 23. Oh man. Dude, I relate so hard to this song, but especially with birthdays. I'm glad this song itself wasn't very aggressive production-wise or vocally. It made it way easier to resonate with the self-deprecatingness. I'm obsessed with the bridge for obvious reasons. If you didn't know, I'm very into guitars. And the lyric, I hope I understand me more. I feel that. I think more songs like this, just in general, are needed. This feeling of not being happy with where you are is way more common than people think. Messy. You can feel the energy at the very start of this song. Oh my God. You already know what it's about to give you. I'm making up fake scenarios in my head and making myself feel crazy because anxiety. The self-sabotage is real. Her singing on the pre-chorus? The chorus itself is extremely fulfilling. It has a light dancey feel to it. Even though she's not actually singing, I was actually dancing to this chorus. It's so good. And then I love when that bass comes in during the second chorus. Man, does she really drive it with those vocals. Oh my God. The start of I Do sounded like a lullaby a little bit to me. But ouch, what's going on here story-wise? She's got some great build-ups on this album, and this is one of those examples. The bridge, when that beat comes in, I could have screamed. I was living when that bridge came on. Swim. I really loved Swim. I loved the melody, and I was instantly dancing when the bass kicked in for the pre-chorus because I was so happy. It really fell into that underwater feeling. This chorus, goodbye. That sealed the deal being one of my favorites off the album because this is something that like really transported you because of the production, and I was over the fucking moon with this song. It's amazing. Tummy Hurts with Coco Jones really just gave me dessert. Apple pie. Warm apple pie with vanilla ice cream on top. Their voices are so beautiful together. The ad-libs and the harmonizing. Cloud 9 automatically. I was there and I wasn't coming down as long as this song was on. Now overall, I will say it's a very good self-contained album and a great display of how Renee just pulls off full confidence in her writing and her voice. And she puts all like a world's worth of emotion into her voice, which is absolutely stunning to hear. I also really love the themes of this album. They were very distinct from one another and they gave us different scenarios and different journeys to go on with her. We had heartbreak, we had grieving, we had songs about life in general. Renee is very versatile in many different forms. And a lot of the lyrics and the wordplay just screams how talented she is. When artists are this vulnerable and they can express that in many different ways, I'm kind of in love, so I will definitely be checking out her first EP at some point. But yeah, thanks for listening to me talk about Renee Rapp's album, Snow Angel, the deluxe edition. Let me know what you thought of the album. I know I'm super late and I do regret it, but I'm gonna be going through a lot of albums that I missed. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about this album. Leave me some comments. Like the video so we can talk about more music. My name is Rain and thank you for being here. Subscribe to my channel. Bye!